Hi, I'm Dr. Rajani. Thanks for joining me today. I'm talking about the PDO Threads, and they have an 81% approval rating on RealSelf. I want to talk about that today and dive into it real quick. Look at some other treatments, compare it, and discuss the possibilities. It's very confusing. People don't know what treatments they should get for what. How do you decide? What does it all mean? We're going to break it down in simplistic terms to give you an idea of why and what is the patient satisfaction number that you should be looking for. Stay tuned in 3 seconds. Okay, so satisfaction ratings. I get asked a couple questions. One is, how do I choose a provider? And that ties in with this, and I want to make sure you understand I have a video already. You can do it in the search engine. You can click up here or go down and look also in the description of the video and I'll put it. But it's called Finding Your Best Injector. So make sure you watch that video. But let's look at the rating. Let's take a quick dive in. What is PDO Threads rated as on RealSelf? If you see here, you can see it's 81%. Now, a lot of people would say 81%, that's really poor. 20% aren't happy. Keep in mind the early Botox studies, an approval rating was around the 80 to 90%. How it was being used, where it was being used, the depth it was being placed at, the lid droops that were occurring because of the depth of injection. We didn't know enough about it. I'm talking now in the 90s or so. So understand, for cosmetic procedures, a lot goes into that. The failure rate can be one of many. Let's look at another procedure to better understand it. Let's take Ultherapy, one of our most popular videos here because a lot of people get it. There's a lot of controversy. Does it get rid of fat in your face? Does it tighten your skin? I'll get people just say, should I do Ultherapy? What's the face? What are you trying to prove? What's your goals? Who's doing the treatment? What's the depth? The settings, is it the real Ultherapy machine or is it a different one? HIFU all around the world, high frequency ultrasound is called many different things. But if you look here at a 78% worth it rating, that's not high, but people are getting it all day long and people are happy. It's one of the most popular procedures around the world. Patient selection, how it's being done, who the technician is. In the case of threads, think about, I have many videos you can look at, the depth of the thread, the type of the threads. Are they sterile? Is it a do-it-yourself or doing at home didn't like them? Or is it someone who does dozens and dozens in the run of a week and is very apt at putting the threads in? All of this plays a role. Let's go look at something else that you might have had done, like a chemical peel. What do you think the rating is on a chemical peel? Here you go. You see 92% overall happiness with a general chemical peel. Now, we don't know what that means. There's so many different ones. VI peel, 63%. I've used that for a long time. If you put a label on something, and now that's a combination type peel. You can watch my video on that. In practice, I can tell you there's well over 90-95% satisfaction with it. If you take all comers and you just give them a peel and they think one peel is going to do it, they have a lot of sun damage, the satisfaction rate would be 20 or 30%. So patient selection is key. Like the Botox at 80% many years ago, most of us were getting 95% satisfaction rate because of how we were using it was different than it was supposed to be used. If you take a TCA, 68%, a Cosmoland peel, 77%, you can see aesthetic treatments overall, 50 to 60% is not an unheard of number because of what are people expecting the machine or device to do. How bad is their skin? Do they really need a facelift and they're trying to do something minimally invasive? That's a disaster. Let's dive into one more. All popular Kybella, 66%. Now, many of us use Kybella in the practice. There's some people who are going to say, we don't like it at all, it doesn't work for us, kind of like cool sculpting. And then you're going to have clinics that say, wow, we have over 90% success rate. Why? Like the studies show with Kybella, most people, and watch my videos on Kybella, we're doing 4 to 5, maybe 6 treatment sessions. If people think 1 or 2 are going to do it, why would it be any different from the study? Underdosing. Treating a big surgical chin isn't going to work. Someone with platysma banding. So if you have big platysma bands, the Cabell is going to make it worse. It's going to show those bands. The fat goes, it's permanent, but then comes the bands. Then you need to use Botox. Those people are going to be maybe unhappy if that was their expectation. So you see how complex it is. I talk about it in my video on fillers. Avoid facial fillers. Watch that one. We talk about blanketing the whole face. Satisfaction depends on what you're trying to get out of the procedure. If we look at skin tightening, we'll take one more even. Thermage. A lot of people do thermage. 68% not happy with it. That means if 10 people go into a clinic and get thermage in a given week, they pay a fair bit of money for that. If 68% are happy, there's 3 out of 10 that aren't happy. That's 3 reviews that are going to be written on the review sites for that clinic that they don't like, that clinic that collected $3,000 for the thermage that they weren't happy with. You see where the clinics are stuck, but satisfaction for cosmetic procedures is an issue. Much goes into it. Your consult, your physician. Make sure you watch the video I did on how to choose an injector and understanding the complexities that goes into finding a satisfied patient is all about the consult expectations, who does it, what is actually being done. Tell me, what do you think about this? Have you had threads? Have you had any of these procedures? Do you agree with the ratings? Do you use them to determine if you're going to get a procedure done? And how do you think it factors in the person doing the procedure versus the name of the procedure itself, the settings, what's being used? Oh, so complex. Tell me, stay tuned here. Keep your skin and body beautiful, healthy, and vibrant.